Hey there, it's Miley with Cloud App. Today we have a blog post on how to have great conversations, basically a guide to small talk in sales. But I personally am not in sales, and this is still a super helpful article for anyone who wants to have great conversations. Obviously, it comes in handy with more than just sales, and being a genuine person in your conversations applies to every aspect of life. So we'll first go over the guide to small talk, and some different situations where it can be important to have great conversations, and then we'll go over 5 tips to have great conversations. So truly listening and engaging, don't lie, be honest. Those sound super similar, but there are different aspects of not lying versus being honest, and being honest can be a little more vulnerable, and expressing yourself clearly and being straightforward as opposed to just not lying. So it's a little more proactive there. Treating everyone like a friend and using your face. Basically, your expressions are as much a part of having conversations as the actual words coming out of your mouth, and the tone with which you say them, of course, too. And so, just how I'm talking to you now, basically, hopefully, is conversational, and you feel, like you're smiling and that you're enjoying the conversation. And then how to have impactful customer conversations is similar. But basically, you're going to want to listen and use all the tools that we talked about above, those 5 tips, to really understand your customer and what they're going through. So listening and understanding their problems, matching tone is really important. Think before you speak, and basically, there's also find the eyebrow moment. So basically, when people raise their eyebrows, they're interested. So if you notice that they're raising their eyebrows, try to go more towards that path. If you've struck that conversation chord that is really interesting that other person, basically just read the situation, read their body language and expressions, and see if they're enjoying the conversation and how you can do better to make that conversation memorable. And then improving your sales conversations. This is, again, similar to the other topics we've discussed, but killing synergy in corporate speak. Using all that jargon is just super impersonal, and not genuine in most instances. Narrow your pitch to their pain. Again, talking about things that people don't want to hear is not fun for anyone, and it's not going to make them interested in what you're trying to sell. So make sure that you're focusing on their pain point, which requires listening and actually caring about what they are talking about. Set the tone. Ask questions that are not just related to your pitch, and this is just in general. Good conversation skills require you to try to be interested in what that person's interested in, and not for any personal gain, just to listen and connect with another human being. And then end with questions about them. This is not, again, just for sales, but in general, listening and trying to learn more about the other person as much as possible, especially when you're being genuine about it. That's the main difference. That's going to make it all the difference on what that person takes from that conversation. And lastly, using something like Cloud App to communicate with customers that you may not get to see face-to-face at that moment is a great way of connecting on a deeper level than just phone calls. So try to use a visual platform as much as possible, because that is honestly just as much as a part of having great conversations, is that face-to-face and being able to see expressions. So hopefully this helps you become a better conversationalist in life and in business, and I hope you've learned something from it and are able to kind of apply these lessons.